Okay, so here I go. About to eat this seafood boil or whatever. First of all, to be honest, I don't know what they put in these crab legs because it's this place called Crazy Crab, and I literally eat this stuff like every single day. If not every day, probably every other day. And I don't really know what is in it. Like, what is they put in it? It makes it addictive. Like, I'm talking about super addictive. Like, super, super addictive. Anyway, though, this is my first time vlogging. It's my first time. I've been thinking about doing this for so long because I have so much to say. But oh my god. This is just hands down. The sauce, first of all, the sauce is hot and spicy. So, you know, when you get a seafood boil, they let you choose the flavors or whatever. And I literally always get the hot spicy. Always. Now, I actually cooked the seafood boil. That probably was like Christmas night. It was like so crazy because I was up at 3 in the morning just cooking 2 pound of crab legs. Like, girl. But it's like you crave it. It's like when you crave it, you just have to have it. Like, you just have to have it. So, that's just how that is. Now, it's the New Year's. It's literally January 2nd right now. And I've been meditating to Dr. Joe Dispenza. And this lady named Louise Hay on YouTube. Now, I started initially meditating about, I would say, like a whole year ago. And it was to Abraham Hicks, like first thing in the morning, every single day. And when I started meditating, it was like, when I started meditating, I basically was trying to heal myself inside out. By me being a nurse, because I am a nurse, but I'm off work right now. Like, I have not been working in probably like just only like 2 or 3 weeks. But I did work the entire pandemic. And when you're a nurse, you just want to help people. You literally want to heal people. You want to figure out what is really the source of their problem. Because medicine is really, it manages the illness, but it does not cure it, you know? That's why you see sometimes people go through all of these different treatments and take all these different medicines. And sometimes, depending on their mind frame, they either get better or they get worse. Now, the mind is a powerful thing. I mean, literally, your thoughts can make you sick or they can make you better. They can just make everything in your life better. So, with that being said, I just literally started doing more and more research. Like, okay, I found out like repetition, like how it's the pandemic right now, right? Now, the news, they gonna put this stuff all over the news all day, every day to basically make you feel like fearful, you know, fearful. Like you just, it's not good. Just don't even watch the news. Don't even watch the news. Like, don't watch the news. Like, my whole thing is watching the news. It literally makes it makes you sick. Like, especially if you one of those type of people who believe everything you hear. These are the best crab legs though. These is the best ones. This is the best ones. I'm telling you, these are the best crab legs. Like, these are literally the best ones. But back to what I was talking about. Meditating to Dr. Joe Dispenza. It literally, because the brain is wired to make you function. It's like people have everything they need to heal themselves inside of themselves, you know? But it all starts with your mind. Like, it depends on what you're thinking about. How are you thinking? Why are you thinking like that? You know, and some people, like, have a lot of anxiety, have a lot of fear, have a lot of negative stuff just surrounding them. And it's like, you know, your thoughts create your world. I found it out. I literally found it out. And I had actually been scripting for a long time and didn't even know that's what I was doing. I had literally been on the verge of something greater for a long time. Like, right now, I'm literally just paying attention to everything, the way it makes me feel. You know, manifesting, when you manifesting, you can, the quickest way to do it is from a state of happiness. Now, if you super negative or, you know, anything like that, it's hard to really manifest. It's super hard because it's like, depending on your energy, you could block, you know, some good stuff from coming in. Now, depending on how long you've been the way you are, it definitely takes work. It takes work. Like, it's a never ending process. You know, your mind is supposed to be renewed every single day. Some people, they do the work, and some people don't. Now, me personally, once I learned the importance of meditation and the difference in making your life every single day, it's like, once you start, you ain't gonna never stop. You ain't gonna want to stop, because when you go days without meditating and things is just bothering you and you don't even, it's like you letting things outside of you control how you feel, you know? Whether it's money, a relationship, whatever. A lot of people are like that. And I'm just like, there gotta be another way. It has to be a way to live and not feel so like that, you know? But people don't be wanting to hear that. That's another reason why I'm a loner, because some people in the world are just also stuck in what was, or they are they just believe too much in the physical. So it's like, you telling them to change their thoughts equaling results, they're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. So I'm like, like, you'd be surprised, like, all these vloggers who, like, got gossip channels or something like that. I don't have anything against anybody. Like, I'm not shady. You know what I'm saying? If that's the way you want to go about things, do that. But, you know, you have to know when you put in this type of energy, when you thinking this way or whatever, you got to know that that's going to cause negative energy. If you watching stuff constantly about drama, that's why I'm like, I don't really watch TV. Now, I will watch a movie, like if it's like Netflix and chill, you know, due to the pandemic, I will do that. But a lot of times, I don't even like to watch movies because what is this movie about? I don't really, I don't, I just don't have no interest in it. I just don't. And I know that makes me seem weird, but really, I like being the way that I am. I actually prefer to be this way. Because if you let somebody on the outside of you control everything, then you'll be searching for something for a long time. You like if you let somebody else be the reason why you happy or you oops. You know, basically if you allow a person to have that much control or power over you, you basically doomed. Because we don't have control over people. We don't have control over how they think, what they do. And so I got to a point where I'm like, shit, I really don't even really care. Because let's say you do care, right? About what the next person does, how they act, or whatever. Let's say you care, and you probably care way more than you should. Now, you thinking this way and being this way is gonna literally, like, if you fear getting cheated on, you're gonna get cheated on. If you fear getting lied to, you're gonna get lied to. Anything that if you fear getting sick, best believe it's gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you just gotta pray. You have to pray, and I feel like me praying has definitely led me to meditation. Now, the best way I can explain it is I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful. I am very thankful because I can see the difference in my life and other people's life. I can look and actually see the difference. I can feel the difference, you know? So that's why I'm like, I must be on to something. I must really be on to something because here it is. I could literally be feeling happy and think I want something and then just get it. It just comes to me. You know, and then I could be feeling negative and then my energy is blocked and then things is just not working out. So the best way is to monitor your emotions. Monitor what you're feeling like all the time. And monitor why are you feeling that way. You know? Why are you feeling like that? I'm very grateful that I stumbled across different forms of meditation because for so long I would be looking for my happiness on the outside of me. For so long I would be, you know, associating like relationships and sex and all this to love, you know, or even money to love. And all of that is fine, but that has nothing to do with love. You know, a real relationship is one that is like built on a more emotional and mental connection. But of course, me and our physical style, you know, they like what they like. And if they like you, and they have it, you know, it's a lot of times they're willing to do a lot for you and you don't even have to do much but just look pretty. Now I personally just feel like that's a blessing to be able to look a certain way and most importantly feel a certain way. Like anybody out here who feels like they are like they're doing someone else wrong or like they're guilty or like they're unworthy, leave that situation alone. Because everybody is worthy. You know, nobody is supposed to wake up and constantly be in a state of bitterness, frustration, tension, anger. You know, nobody is supposed to go through that on a regular basis, you know, at all. But it's unfortunate that sometimes this is just the way of life for people. Like, you wouldn't even think that it's literally people out here who wake up and go to sleep angry. But once you notice this the way a person is, just separate yourself. And if you've been around that person for X amount of years or a long time or whatever case, at first it's hard to separate. But then when you notice every time this person comes around, this person is coming with negativity. This person is, you know, just have a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension. You don't need that in your life. Your life is better without that, you know? That's just the truth. Look at this. I done been cracking crab legs down there every day. Oh my God, and it just be so good. It's just like addictive. Crab legs is officially my favorite food. Like, it's official. It's official. It ain't used to be official, but it's like I can't really not eat crab legs. Like, they so good. They just taste so good. They just taste good. Like, woo, baby. You just gotta bust it down. And get the meat out. Like that. Crack it in the middle. Some people use scissors. I personally don't use scissors. Because if it's cooked right, the shell gonna crack and the meat gonna come out. And my nose is starting to run. Oh my God. I need some tissue. It'll be alright though. But no, back to what I was saying. It's like, depending on what a person been through in their childhood, it's gonna dictate how they act, how they think. It's gonna determine why the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, if you have any emotional or mental wounds that have been just there, it's like you gotta address it. You definitely gotta address it. You gotta address it because the issue is not gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If you got trust issues, if you like, it's not gonna go nowhere. It's just not. I don't know. It's just not. It's gonna be that way. It's gonna be that way. You got one or two options. Fix yourself or stay the same. And the only two options life gives you. Get better or get bitter. You know? And you will be surprised how many resources are in the world that literally transform people and the way that they think, the way that they feel, the way that they act. All these resources in the world, and a lot of people won't even use them. Yep, a lot of people won't even use them. I don't know. They feel like it's against their religion. But mental illness is real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. It definitely needs to be addressed. Now, when you come to the awareness that a person has a mental problem, depending on how much you love them, you might actually try to stay and fix them. You might. It's a strong possibility that you might stay and you might try to fix him. You're gonna waste a lot of time. You'll fuck around being wasted a lot of time trying to fix somebody who can't be fixed. And that's just the truth of the matter. Like, I spent a lot of time trying to help other people be better, and you find out they never had intentions on being better. You know, they have been the way that they've been for so long that they know the way that they are is messed up, but they're not willing to make the effort to change it. You know, so that's that. I don't know. I'm really making videos just to help somebody because I am a nurse. I'm very kind, helpful, you know what I'm saying, caring. And I feel like what better way than to make a YouTube video? What better way? You know what I'm saying? Because really it all starts in your mind anyway. So I just feel like it's help out here. You know what I'm saying? You're not stuck nowhere. You're not stuck in no situation. Things is not always as bad as they seem. They not. They really never. Things is always the subject to change. And the thing I noticed, things always work out. They literally always work out. Sometimes better than you expected. You know? I'm getting so full right now. I literally just ate a whole half a pound of crab legs and a half a pound of shrimp and 2 eggs, and I still got 1 potato left, so but that's about to get ate too. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he wrote a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. How to lose your mind and create a new one. Okay, so I discovered this book last year. I think it was around, it might have been, what day was it? I can't remember specifically the day, but I remember the month. It was either June or July. I think it was July. Yeah, it was July. And around that time, I was still working in the pandemic as a nurse at a nursing home. What ended up happening was I listened to the book, right? And I was like going through a breakup. I was like dealing with a whole 6-year situation. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to feel like this. Like, you know, when somebody break up with you and they act like, you know, you doing something wrong, but they not really perfect, it can affect you emotionally and mentally. And some girls, they try to force it. Me being me, I'll be having too many options to really force anything. And so I'm like, how can you still love a person or even want to be with a person who acting like they don't want to be with you? Depending on, you know, your behaviors and your thought process, that's how. But when you really get to the root of the issue, it's over with. Once it's over with, it's over with. I literally meditated, right? And when I meditated to this book, I literally started feeling so different. Like, when I say I started feeling so different, I started feeling like the meditation would get so deep. Hold on. back to what I was saying. The meditation, it literally would get so deep. I will be feeling like I'm floating. I will be feeling like, OMG, like, this is amazing. Like, this is so amazing. Like, I'm talking about I had never felt so free in my entire life. Like, I had never felt so confident, so worthy, so just good, like, on the inside, without needing a person who I thought I had been with for so long. So when I got to that point, and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is literally, everything is literally changing. Like, oh my God, everything is literally changing. The way I feel, the way I think, the way I act, my wants, my needs, everything is changing. It went from me looking on the outside for my happiness and love to me. Hello? Who is this? Huh? Oh. Nothing, in the middle of recording this video. I'm gonna call you right back. So, I had literally started feeling like, instead of looking for somebody or something to make me happy, I can just be happy already on the inside. Like, I don't need something on the outside of me to make me happy. Now, when you used to acting like, oh, if I'm happy if my girlfriend or my boyfriend call, I'm happy if, I get paid today. You letting these things be the reason you happy. So a lot of times you have reasons why you're not happy, because if the reasons that you set that makes you happy, if they are not lining up, then you feeling unhappy. So I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so crazy. Like, this is literally crazy. Like, all of this is crazy. So I'm like, oh my God, it's a way to actually wholeheartedly just be happy. It's a way. Like, it is literally a way. So I'm like, okay. I literally started meditating more. Everything just took off. Like, anything I could think I want just started coming to me. And I was like, oh my God, what have I tapped into? It's like everybody got superpowers for real, And now I'm just like, this is amazing. This is amazing. So now I deliberately take time out to meditate. The more you meditate, the better you feel, the more blessed you are. It's like crossing over from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking. And once you cross over, everybody gonna be looking at you like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? Or whatever the case. So, but you're gonna know on the inside, this is the way to go, because the way you feel, you start feeling, it's like a feeling that's better than sex. It's a feeling that's better than money. It's a feeling that it makes you feel complete. It makes you feel whole. It makes you feel self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? It literally, makes you just feel good.